We're just going to have to wait and see what our benevolent God, Kevin Feige, has decided to let us have this time.
Fascinating that we took it to a cold place here at the end, but that's the episode.
Marvel actors are tasked with keeping all sorts of secrets, and Paul Bettany, who we know and love as Vision, is no exception. So when might he appear next in the MCU? Keep watching to see what we think. So with all Marvel characters and actors, we're always wondering when they're going to come back. Even if they're dead, there's always a way for them to kind of sneak back into the MCU. I mean, Black Widow got a prequel long after her death in Endgame, so really anything's possible in this universe. And one Paul Bettany, promoting his newest series, decided to weigh in on whether or not he would appear in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Now, we know that Wanda Maximoff, whose love story we watched their love story was the center of WandaVision and played a huge part in a ton of MCU projects. We know that she's playing a huge part in Multiverse of Madness, and we also can probably ascertain from the stinger of WandaVision that the children, in quotes, Billy and Tommy, will, she's looking for them using, Tom, what is that book called? Can you remind me? The Darkhold?
Yeah.
Nailed it. All right. And so, we can surmise that, Wanda's family might play a role in Multiverse of Madness. And, Bettany had something to say about that, but as we'll get to, Bettany's been pretty cheeky about some stuff in the past. So he was on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert alongside Claire Foy. They both appear in A Very British Scandal. And Colbert asked if Bettany would appear in Multiverse of Madness. And Bettany said this nothing burger of a statement. This is a really great question. And again, I said I was going to be entirely honest with you. You're asking am I in Doctor Strange? Yes, no. Yes, no. Yes, no. I don't know. Am I? And then he asked Foy if she thought he was in it, and she said yes, and that means nothing because Foy is not in charge of anything in the MCU, so,
Unless she is.
Unless she's Kevin Feige wearing a Claire Foy mask, which we cannot truly rule out. So, yeah, this is not the first time that Bettany has trolled MCU fans. He had this whole thing during WandaVision while it was airing where he was like, this really exciting guest star is going to be, I get to play against him. It's awesome. It turned out to be himself.
I respect that.
Yeah. So, and WandaVision really, really played around with that. I mean, between that and Evan Peters showing up as, not Pietro and actually Ralph Boner, WandaVision really toyed with a lot of emotions. But in terms of Bettany, yeah, I mean, I think it's certainly possible that he would show up in Doctor Strange, especially with the Wanda-centric nature of it all. But I've talked about this for so long. Tom, what do you think?
Oh, I don't mind either way. I'd be happy to see the guy again. He does great work. I think what they did kind of following the whole Vision Quest story from the 80s, I think it could dovetail really nicely into an on-screen adaptation of the Tom King Vision story from like 5-6 years ago. I don't know if you've ever read that.
No, I was going to say, can you speak a little more to that, actually?
They took a ton of visual cues and kind of thematic elements out of it and used it to make WandaVision. Basically, the idea is that in this vision is mourning and he's trying to readapt to life as a living person, and so he decides to build himself a family.
Got it.
And the nightmare that happens because of that. And I don't know, I feel like the way that they've brought this new version of Vision into the universe and in a way that, I don't know, maybe Wanda wouldn't be able to accept, that could be a great way to introduce this new Pinocchio character, the guy who's trying to become a human being and doesn't understand how to do that yet.
Well, and so we saw two Visions, as I mentioned, in WandaVision, classic flavor Vision, and then, the Crystal Pepsi of Vision, White Vision. So, do you think it's possible we'll see both of those? Do you think we'll see more? Is there any kind of basis from the comics to suspect that there's even another version of Vision? Oh, that's hard to say. Lurking out there.
That was really good. I don't know about another version of Vision. There could be. They could expand the Vision family. That was always a big part of the comics. Wonder Man being the basis of of his brainwaves, and there were a ton of things. Machine Man, he pops up eventually. But I don't know. It could be. Whatever they do, I'm excited to see it. Paul Bettany sells whatever he's doing. He's a charismatic actor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was a lot of fun in WandaVision, kind of playing every decade. And his chemistry with Elizabeth Olsen is really, really great. I love watching them together. So I definitely hope that he He and perhaps Billy and Tommy show up in some form in Multiverse of Madness, but as with every new Marvel thing, we're just going to have to wait and see what our benevolent god Kevin Feige has decided to let us have this time.
Fascinating that we took it to a cult place here at the end, but that's the episode.
That is.
Thanks for watching Everything Marvel. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more videos about your favorite Marvel stuff is coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.